Skagway continues to survive by the force of its past. Standing as a model of a bygone age, the small town had its heyday when gold was discovered in the Yukon. It served as a launching point for gold speculators arriving on the Pacific. From Skagway, miners took either the Chilkoot or White Pass trails to the Klondike gold fields, where, if all went according to plan, they struck it rich. The northbound traffic brought unprecedented numbers to the Alaska town. With only 700 residents in 1897, the population shot up to 20,000 shortly after gold was discovered. About a year later, after the Klondike Gold Rush had run its course, Skagway returned to humble numbers, settling with about 700 mountain dwellers. Skagway's status as a gold rush boomtown endowed it with so much cultural cachet that it has remained one of America's most desirable tourist destinations. Today, as many as 10,000 visitors visit Skagway every day during the summer months. On most days from spring to fall, there are at least 5 cruise ships anchored off the historic town, bringing the local merchants a constant stream of enthusiastic tourists. Perhaps it's fitting that a transfer point for gold miners 100 years ago has become a tourist gold mine today, ensuring the survival of Skagway's 800 or so residents. But the town's dramatic history has had more than an economic effect. The trials and traumas from the town's tumultuous past did not simply disappear after the gold rush ended. Riches were made and lost during Skagway's one manic year. Many hapless fortune seekers realized that fortune had passed them by on the town's crude street corners. And then there were those who incurred more severe losses, such as the speculators who lost their lives in pursuit of the yellow metal. Given the intensity of the circumstances, it's not surprising that some emotional residue still remains in the former boomtown. Emotional residue that manifests itself as ghosts. The prevailing idea is that the ghosts of Skagway are dead men and women whose difficult lives caused them to haunt the site of their suffering. Frequent sightings of these 19th century manifestations occur in the famous Red Onion Saloon, which still stands today on the corner of 2nd and Broadway. During its heyday, the Red Onion was one of the most lucrative businesses in town, boasting a saloon on the ground floor and a brothel upstairs. The establishment provided its patrons with 2 of the most popular commodities on the American frontier: whiskey and women. The Red Onion opened for business in 1898, just as miners rushed into town. Thirsty clients were always packed shoulder to shoulder in front of the 19-foot mahogany bar. As they argued and drank, many of these men kept a careful eye on the dolls arranged behind the bartender. Every prostitute on the 2nd floor had a doll representing her display behind the bar. If the doll was reclined, it meant the woman was busy. If the doll was sitting upright, the woman was waiting for a client in the 10 by 10 confines of her private room. Surprisingly enough, there is no reminder of the desolate denizens that frequent the Red Onion's main floor during its frantic year of business. But upstairs, in the cramped prostitutes' quarters, visitors have reported numerous unsettling experiences. For many years, people on the ground floor have heard footsteps moving at a brisk pace across the hallway upstairs, when no one was supposed to be up there. Whenever anyone investigated the source of these sounds, nothing was found except an emptiness punctuated by abnormal chill and a disturbing sense that someone was there. The sounds of the footfalls have been more pronounced on different occasions. An employee of the Red Onion once called the police after hearing someone running across the 2nd floor hallway. Police found nothing there when they arrived to investigate. Others have seen the transparent image of a woman slowly making her way across the 2nd floor. She carries a water pitcher in her hands, bending down to water plants that aren't there, before disappearing into thin air. People who have seen this apparition claim that the moment the woman vanishes, a strong flowery scent suddenly fills the air, as if a powerful perfume was sprayed around them. These strange sights and sounds recur today in the Red Onion Saloon. No one, however, knows who the transparent woman is or whose footsteps continue to make their rounds on the building's top floor. Indeed, the spirits could be participants in any one of the countless little dramas that must have taken place in the bordello while it was in operation. A nameless prostitute who continues to care for non existent plants, a frightened client trying to get away without paying. The stories behind the Red Onion spirits will probably remain locked away in the lost particulars of the building's history, finding expression only in the supernatural events that continue to occur in the old saloon.